Hey everybody. Well, I'm going to give you a little update, and I'm pretty sure some people are going to see this. Anybody who's on my channel, I guess, will, and you can pass it on to anybody else. I've spent the last week contemplating why I bailed models. Aaron Newlands asked this question, and some people have answered it, and they've given some really in-depth and inspiring answers. It has helped me make up my mind about the truck. That Tyrone Malone is going to be built by me. It's kind of one of those things, because these models they're not living objects or anything, but they are things that we build. And they, as said by other people, they become a part of us. It comes out in it. So I take it as a sign that that model found me. I didn't find it, it found me. I walked into the hobby shop after being out garage sailing with a girlfriend just because I drive by it. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to go in and see if they have the Super Bee. And lo and behold, they had the Super Bee. And I probably would have walked out right after that. But I didn't. I went down the line because I had talked and said that I would build an airplane. So I was looking at the airplanes, and I found the Lockheed Ventura that I'm going to do, which I'm finding out is actually very unique because not very many of them were actually used. They were underpowered and the Brits didn't want them, and some Canadians used them. We used them on the west coast for sub hunting, but we never flew them overseas. The Americans used it in out in the Pacific or whatever, but it wasn't a very well used plane. It's kind of nice though, and I mean it had its uses. It was pretty utilitarian. But anyway, and for some reason somebody had probably looked at the model. It was in the airplane section, and I saw this truck and oh, that looks cool, and then I saw the price. And guys, I found the price. It was $10. All it said on the box was, looks like it's all here, might be complete. And I walked up to I was like, had it in my hand for about 5 or 10 minutes. You know how you do the looking. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I get this, I get that. Well, if I buy this, can I afford this? That kind of questions. Well, I just did it because it was cool and I wasn't going to beat the price, so I just added it to my thing. And I was like, okay, whatever. So when I went and researched it online and found out that the last one went for $100, and it was a resurrection, as we would call them, or a restore. I mean, it was already built, and it had fallen apart here and there, and I got into a bidding war to have it for $100. Mine's not even out of the bag yet, except for some pieces. A few. Mostly just, the same stuff you and I would do. Look at the cab, and whatever was in that bag is what is out. All the pieces are there, it's unmade. The Papa truck, that thing's going for $250. And I'm like, there's a part of me is like, oh, holy jeez, look at the profit, that's insane. Do it. The other part of me was, and the part that won, because it is who I am. I'm a builder, not a collector. I do this because I love to build these things. I can't, and nor do I have the skills to do it in real life and one-to-one scale. I've never claimed to have the skills to fix it, go out and just put my car back together. I pay people for that. So my mind was cluttered all week, and as I've said to certain people when they've been trying to get me into chats this week, during the week I'm not at home. I work in the big city, and and then I come here. I'm not in the model shop. So I had lots of time to think and watch, make a few comments, and it really hit home that I build models. I don't collect them. The love I have for this is building. Yes, I might not build all the models I have. I don't have that many. I build the ones I have. I only have a day and a half, 2 tops to build models. And in that time, I still have to spend time with the woman I love. And do things with her, and to have a life, and do all those things. So it takes a little bit of time, but I enjoy every second I'm in the basement, in my little thing called the troll hole, because I'm under the stairs, which makes me a troll. And I just enjoy that time. So my mind was all cluttered, and I, rearranged the place a tiny bit, got some new shelving for the models, took the stash off the shelves and put the paint there, and put the model way back in the corner on a new set of shelves, found some little things here and there, cleaned up the desk, remembered that Future is actually a floor cleaner, so I polished the desk. I found this in my stash. I actually had some cool things I forgot that I had. But I want to build things. That's why I model. I like to build them. I love the painting, the building of the engines. I forgot how tedious some things are on airplanes. Because believe it or not, I actually started on airplanes and armor. My first 2 models, and this dates me, were Aurora and a Revell. It was a Revell 1/48 scale Hawker Hurricane and a 1/35 scale Sherman tank by Aurora. I hand painted those and built them. They look great to me. They were the greatest thing ever. They were toys that I've remembered all my life. I've come back to the hobby occasionally and, gone away from it and stuff like that. You know how life is. But I realize I just love to build. I can look up here at this truck that I built, and it was a snap kit. And I see all the little things that I did. And I'm watching my progress, and remembering all the things that I did and learned watching you guys. When I get told, he's a good builder or whatever like that, I'm very humble. I don't believe I am a good builder. I have so much to learn, and there are so many guys out there that do what they do. I'm a good kit builder, as you would say, or stock builder, but when it comes to the customizing and doing things like that, no, I just want to learn. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe modeling is learning to me. I don't know, but I really love this hobby, and it declutters my mind to be down here. So, and I have support of the people around me. Believe it or not, I talk about it at work. So yes, I am addicted to it. As the doc knows, I was reading this thing, you're addicted to, or watching this video, and you're addicted to styrene when you take it in the shower. When he was in the shower washing the model, I was at the bar I work at, and I started laughing out loud. I mean, hysterically laughing. And then I realized, oh, he's not far off from what we're like. But I actually laughed, and people in the bar were looking at me funny. And then I showed them the video, and they laughed at it, and some understood, some did. Oh, I made those as a kid, and I really miss doing that stuff. And I said, well, just do it again. And they're like, oh, but I can't. I'm like, oh, yes, you can. We all can do it again. So maybe it's also remembering our childhood. I don't know. But I love modeling. It's not like I like or whatever, and it's not an addiction, as we call it. I know that's a joke for us, because it's really not an addiction. We don't smell styrene and go into a second heaven. But I just, this hobby does something for me inside, and it is what it is. Anyway, guys, as the guys across the pond would say, this is a bit of a waffle. To my new subscribers, hey, great, thank you so much. To the new people I've subscribed to now watching this, Hey, you guys are kicking my ass. And I'm looking into Atomic Dog. Great, now I'm really looking at military stuff. What are you doing to me here, dude? I'm dying over here. Throw me a bone. Ha ha. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let you go. It hit 10 minutes, and I know how this gets. So, all be good. Ciao.